Sliding down as far as you can, and up. And side, and front. 1, and 2, and side, side, side. 4, and 2,
I have known David Howard some 15 years, both as mentor and friend. We've worked together on some of the great classical ballets, and he has coached so many leading dancers of our times, Gelsey Kirkland, Natalia Makarova, and Mikhail Baryshnikov. One of the most valuable assets David Howard has to offer is his ability to communicate so thoroughly with students and pros alike. He has a fantastic eye, and in his classes, the exercises are challenging and yet allow the dancer the opportunity to achieve the desired results. Whether a pro or student, David Howard's classes on video are a valuable audiovisual aid that on my many travels, I try not to be without.
Hello, I'm David Howard, and welcome to the Perfect Do-Along class. It's for everyone, and it's for you. Before we start, we're going to do some pre-warm-up exercises, and they're designed to stretch and elongate the body out, working through the muscles and through the joint areas so that the actual class becomes a little bit more easier and interesting for you. I'd like you to meet the dancers now, and we have Yumi and Mark and my associate Peter, and at the piano we have Douglas Corbin. So let's start now. Bending forward, 2, and stretching, up. Now this is really to lengthen out through the back. And bounce, very gently to bounce there. Hands lightly on the bar, up, over and back through the head. Demi-plie once again, it's just like cat rolling through the back. And 2, and 1. Sideways, pulling away from the bar very slightly there too. Good. And turning, and sideways, and stepping forward. And 1 from the beginning again, stretching, and bouncing, and 2, and 1. Bending forward, and gently bouncing. Good. And hands on the bar very lightly. And 2 feet should be just gently turned out, not too far. Over and back. 1 and 2 and 1. Sideways. And stepping forward. And turning around. 2 and 1. Stepping forward. And 1. And through the back. Now rolling right from the base of the spine to the head. And slowly down, slowly up, and slowly down, and slowly up, and 1, up, and down, 2, and twist, 2, and twist, 2. Now bending, very circularly down, rolling, back, and turning, 1. Very good for the waistline here, getting a few extra little inches off the waist, down, 2 and rolling back, and 2, half. Now we come onto the feet, really stretching right through the arches, crossing the foot over, and gently bouncing there, and 1, through the feet there. Good. Crossing, keeping the heel forward. Try not to sickle the foot. 1. This is very good to stretch out the calf and the Achilles here. And 1. Bouncing, bouncing very gently, not too much pressure. And 1. Good. Try and keep the pelvis underneath you so you're stretching right through the back of the leg again. And to the other side. This is completely parallel, turned in there. Swing, 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 swing. Good. And swing, 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 swing. Very loose. Nice relaxed neck and shoulders. And swing, 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 swing. Good. 4. Pulling away. And heels off the floor down. Roll up. Bending back there. Good. And 2. And stretching away. And 1. Down. Rolling over and back. 1. And 2. And 1. Right up through the back. Good. And 2. You can put the head right down there. And stretch. Good. I think we're ready to start now, don't you? After that, very good. Now we're going to start in second position and take 2 full pliés, and on the third one, we're going to reverse the arm. 2, 3, and 4, and take both arms to the 5th, go through the demi-plié, and changing into the first. 2 demi, 1 full, and we bend forward, taking the arm up, over and back, and then changing into the 4th. 2 demi, 1 full, a circle around, going towards the bar, 2, 3, and 4, closing into the 5th. 2 demi, 1 full, moving the arm forward, and then reversing the stretch up, over, and down, and from there, rise up, and turning to the other side, and the same thing on the other side. Okay, start now in second. Let's have the left hand on the bar. We always start with the left hand on the bar. Arms 1, forward, and 2. Plie. 1, and 2, 3, and 4. Again, 1, and 2, 3. Now we're going to reverse the arm and stretch right up, head towards the bar, down through the center, arms to the 5th, and 1 on the flat, demi-plie, and first, demi-plie 1, really shaping the feet, making sure the heels stay down on the floor, and grand plie 1, and down, forward. Now we're going to bend forward, stretching right up, and down. And 1 up, 2. Now curving over and back, changing into the 4th, and demi, and 2, and 1, and 2, grand plie 1, and down, and forward, and stretching, and 1, circling, and down, and 1, and stretch. Now rolling round slowly back, and 2, closing, and to the 5th, and demi, and 2, and down, heels on the floor, and 1, and down, and forward, and 2, and 1, reversing, and 2, and 1, changing 1 down, and 2, arms sideways to the 5th, and 1, turn to the other side, and 1, grand plie, and down, 2, very good, and 1, softly through the elbows, the wrists, the hand faces you right in the center, and 1, arm up, head towards the bar as it comes down, good, 2, and 1, sideways, and demi, closing first, demi 1, thighs open, let the we go down, coming up through the body, and one, and down, and forward, and two, bending, and one, down, and two, and changing, and up, and over back, and six, seven, four, demi, one, down, two, three, and four. We have to check the fourth here that it's not really too close, about there each time, so it's not too tight and not too big. And one, and down, and stretch, and two. Now slowly back, and six, and closing, and fifth, demi, one, and two, three, and four, and one, and down, stretch, two, and one. Now reversing, two, and changing down, one. Good, now rising, one, balance with the arms in the fifth, and two. Now turning to the other side around, lower demi-plie and relax, down and stretch. Okay, good. We'll start now from first and take a slow back one Tongdu, starting from the first. It's always a little bit easier when we start from first than starting from fifth. Tongdu to the front, and then closing first. And then Tongdu to the second, closing into the first. And then one to the back, brushing front, brushing back, demi-plie first. And to the back, and first. Feeling that long line right through the toes, first and to the front, one to the back, one to the front, and then a demi-plie into the first. We repeat that once again, parallel with the feet, bending forward, and then up, over and back, back to the demi-plie, spreading the heel, releasing the heel through to the demi-point, keeping that stretch there, slowly rise and balance back again into the first, into the demi-plie. Okay, all from first position, left hand on the bar, ready, arms one, and two, and front, one, and a first, second, first, to the back, back, and front, and back, demi-plie first, and second, and two, and second, two, and one, and two, and one, lower, once again, and a stretching first, one, really work the foot along the floor, and one, and two, and coming back, and to the first, and stretching, two, and one, and two, and a front, and a back, feet parallel and bending forward, and one, stretch, and down, one, and up, and rolling back, back, and two, and demi-plie, up through the feet, and rise, and balance, and stretching, and two, arms sideways, lower down, demi-plie, and first. Okay, let's turn to the other side there. And two, and one, and first, and second, and first, and back, and front, and one, demi-plie first, good, one, and first, very long, one, and really shaping the foot, front, and back, a little bit of use of the body, and first, away from the floor. The energy is right down against the floor. Lower down and stretch and first. Okay, good. Let's start now from fifth position, and we'll leave the arm in second and take encore 3 on 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Again, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Again, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and second and plie and second and close and 1, 2 and 3 and 4. Again, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Again, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Second, plie, second, and then close over towards the bar. Good side stretch, and then forwards, and then sideways, again, keeping the shoulders level as you go over and back and return straight through to the second side. Okay, starting up in fifth. 3 sets encore. Ready? Arms 1, leave the arms second, and 4. Sideways, lifting, stretching forward, rolling down, and sideways, 1 and 2, and over back, and 2, and rise, balance with the arms in the fifth, and stretching. Now turning around, keeping the balance very high, open the arms sideways, and 1, lower demi-plie down, and stretch, 2. Okay, good. We start the dégagés from first, with the arm into the second, second, and to the first, and to the second, and to the first, and first, 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 arm forward and side, and to the second, and to the first, and to the second, and to the first, and to the first, 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 and down and side. We'll take that 4 times and turn straight through onto the second side. Okay, starting up from first position now. Really feel the heels well on the floor without the weight dropping back. Spread out through the toes so the foot feels very wide when you stand there. Almost feel as though you need bigger shoes. Arms 1 and side. And brushing second and first. And second and the first. And first, first, first. And down and side. Start now from fifth and go slowly en croix. 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 5, 6 and 7 and 8 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 5, 6, 7 and 8. Leave the arm, leave the arm, leave the arm, leave the arm, use the arm, plie and side, 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 and we turn to the second side and go back again onto the first, okay? So we leave the arm and just use it for the 3 and the 3 each time. Arms 1 and 2, and slowly, and out and in, out, in, out, in. 3 front, arm, 4, 2, 3, side, 1. Now slowly to the back. 4, 2, 4, 2, and 1, 2, and 1, and 1, 4, and 1, and turn around, slowly and slowly. Feel the change of the rhythms. 2, off we go, and 1, 2, 2, and 1, 2, 4, 2, and 1, 2, 4, and 1, 2, 4, 2, and 1, 2, and 1. Turn once again, faster, and out, Okay, very good. Very good. Now, don't be frightened of moving quickly. You know, it's a little bit of a misconception that if it's fast, it's dangerous. It can be too fast, but it also, too, can be too slow. The most important thing when you're working is that the body establishes a rhythm. And it's the rhythm through the body that produces the slowness of the speed or the quickness of the speed. So we must be careful if we're working slowly that we don't isolate it, and we must be careful if we're working quickly that we don't tense. Okay, 2 things have to be avoided, but it's not dangerous to work quickly. In fact, it's fun to work quickly. Now start from 5th, and we go coupe, fondu, coupe, close. Coupe, fondu, coupe, close. Coupe, fondu, coupe, close. 1 pas de cheval, 1 pas de cheval. Coupe, fondu, coupe, close. Coupe, fondu, coupe, close. Coupe, fondu, coupe, close. 1 pas de cheval, 1 pas de cheval. We take that with 2 pas de cheval on each side and then go back again onto the first side a little bit faster with the 4 pas de cheval. Okay, let's start now from the 5th position. Ready? Arms 1 and 2. And coupe in and out. In, leave the arm, and side. In, out, and in, and down to the back. 1. Now your 2 slow pas de cheval, using the knees 1 and the ankles, so it almost feels like riding a bicycle. 1 and down. Very softly to the pliés, relaxing, don't tense as you lower down. Good. 2 and 1 and 2 and in and 2 and 1 pas de cheval. And turning up the side, coupe. And down, and 1, and 2, 4, and down, lift, changing 1, 4, and from the back, relaxing 1, and 2, and 1, relaxing 1, good. Now feel the body, very sensitive through the body, 1, and 2, side. Turn a little faster with 4. And in, out, down. In, out, up, and down. 1. Now 4. Here we go. And 1. And 1, 2, 4. 2, 4. 4. 2, 4. Turn left and 1. Down. It's a joyous step. It's a joyous step. 1, 4, 2, 4. Okay, good. Remember that we always must work very hard with what we do, but we must enjoy what we do as well, so it doesn't become like a burden, you know, especially with something like that, and Doug playing that wonderful rhythm and movement, and you're all standing there like this, and you have to let the old bones, not the old bones, the young bones sort of move around a little bit more there, okay? Let's start now from fifth with a demi-plie and open the arm into the second. We'll take a rond de jambe front, and rond de jambe front, and then rond de jambe front, closing fifth. To the passe and lower, rising up and plie. Again, front and front and front and front, and then brushing front and in, arm open, and then close. That's rond de jambe, rond de jambe, rond de jambe, rond de jambe, and then passe and down, and then rise and plie. The four, arabesque in, open and close, circle, and then reverse the bend at the end. Okay, start now from fifth. Just a plain demi-plie is the preparation. Many ways we can start rond de jambe. I usually start it from fifth position with a demi-plie. It establishes a sense of balance and alignment through the body there. Demi-plie, arms one, and sideways, and rond de jambe front, and front, front, closing in behind, arm down, and passe arm fifth, arm rising up and down, rond de jambes one, and two, and one, and two. Now engage the arm again, and brushing front, and passe, and one, arabesque, on de dam, and one, rond de jambe, two, three, and now reverse the arms sideways, and two, and rising up, good, and two, changing one, and spreading the foot through the first one, and two, and one, and in, développé out, closing fifth, and a one, circling down, and two, and a one, and reversing, and one, stretching forward and down. Good, now sliding and one down, and two, changing one, and two, and now rising into the arabesque, and one. Now closing into the fifth, and two, arm to the fifth, and now passe one, and balance, just a short balance, demi-plie down, relax, and stretching, and two. Okay, very good. Let's try on the other side now. Start from fifth, arms one, and open sideways two, and a one, rond de jambe, and two, and one, and close, and one, and two, and one, and two, and one, and two, and one, and two, and brushing, and in, and out. Now a nice arabesque, a classical arabesque. One, and two, and one, and the arm goes sideways, arm one. Classical lines all the time. And one, rising, lower down, and one, and two, and one, and two. Now brushing, and one, and in, very nice. Focus the arms, don't drop the weight, and circling one down, and two, and round, and stretching, one, and two, lower, and gliding down as far as you can, closing into the fifth. Good, you can use the bar again if you wish. And two, and a passe. And lower on both feet, demi-plie down, one, and two, and down. Okay, very good. Balancing is very sort of similar to like finding the station on the radio. You know when you go from one side of the station to the other side and then suddenly you find the station. The balancing is very similar to that because what you really have to do is find an equilibrium through the body and get the sense of counterbalancing everything from one side to the other so we actually don't tense the body as we balance there. Okay, let's start now from fifth and we take the Battement Frappe with the preparation from second. We take three singles, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, and double and fondue, and 1 and 2, and 3 and 4, and 5 and 6, and second, and then fondue. We turn through to the second side, go back again onto the first side on the demi-point, and just come down for that last one into the second on the fondue. Okay, start now from fifth. Ready? Arms 1, and side, and front. 1, and 2, and side, side, side. 1, and 2, double 1, and 1. 1, and turning round. And 1. 4, and balance with the arms in the fifth. Good. Now remember just to find that sense of equilibrium there. And turning round to the other side. And 2. And open the arms sideways. And now lift, lower and down and stretch. Let's start the fondue from fifth position and open the arm into the second. We take a grand plie on 1, 2, 3, and 4. Rising up on 5 and plie, and then rise, and then opening the arm. Fondue, and front, and fondue, and side, and fondue. Into the arabesque, close, through the coupe, and then closing into the fifth. A grand plie, 2, 3, and 4. Rising up, and then lowering down. Just one arm there, rise up, and stay there, fondue, and arabesque, fondue, and side, and fondue, and front, and just shape through the coupe, and closing fifth with circle, reverse the bend, and just balance with the arms in the fifth. Okay, let's start now from fifth. Arms forward, 1, and 2, and grand plie, 1, and 2, and forward, 2, rise, just one arm, demi-plie down, rise, and 1, arm fifth. Now the arm is coming forward, down, side, the arm is coming down and under, arabesque, and shape into the coupe, good, and 1, and down, and forward, side, and reverse. Circling the bend, 1 down, and 2, around, very smoothly. Really get the maximum range of movement as far as you can without bending the knees. Now just rising, let the arms come right down, and 2. taking the arm under and up, and 2, now balance there, 1, and 2, sideways, lower down, release. Okay, good. Let's turn on to the other side. We just have to watch each time when we go through the fondu that the knees are working equally, that we're not higher on this leg and more released with this one. They're equally down and equally stretched. And it's a feeling of pushing away from the floor so the energy goes down against the floor as the body weight comes up. 1. So we use our calf as what we call a depressing agent from the floor. Not depressing mentally, but depressing physically. Okay, ready? Arms 1. And 2. And a 1. And down. And forward and side, and rising, and rolling, and rising, changing. Now it's right here, especially for the boys, because you need more power, boys, in those legs, and more, and stretching out, elongate the line 1, changing, and arm 1 down. Almost like singing through the body, and rising, and rolling, and rising, changing down, and out, changing down, and out. So it's very rhythmical, 1, 2, and 1, and now go 1. Now the work's over, just release the body. Breathe away. 2, and 1, back. 2, changing down. And now rising 1, just balancing there 2. Good. Now try to use the minimum amount of energy there when you balance. Lower, changing down. The 5th. Okay, very good now. We join the rond de jambe and the petit battement exercise together, and we take a single rond de jambe on 1 and closing 2, and a single 3 and closing 4, and to the back, front, back, front, back, front, back, front, back, and then closing 5th. A single and then close, and a single and then close to the front, back, front, back, front, back, front, back, front, closing 5th, and we turn to the second side, back onto the first side with double rond de jambe. The petit battement position I want you to use is a fully stretched foot, so it's not wrapped around the supporting leg like a normal coup de pied, but we're using really a coupe action there of the leg each time. And it should feel like little ballonets coming in rather than a sort of a scratching feeling there. Okay, ready? Off we go now. Single close, back, front, back, front, back, front, back. Ready? Arms 1, and 2, and 1, and 2, 3, 4, 1. And single close, 1. Turn around, single close, 1. And single close, 1. Double rond de jambe, and 1 is the timing, and 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1, and 1, 2, and 1. Good. And 1, and 1, the rhythm. 4, and 1, 4, and 1, 1, close down. Okay, very good. Now we start the grand battement from 5th position, and we take a grand battement front and close, side and close, to the back, front, back, close, side, close, front, change, change, close. So we have a battement cloche in the middle there. The arm goes 5th, 2nd, arabesque, changing, changing, closing. So the arm is changing as well as the leg, okay? And at the end, we just rise up and balance and turn back onto the first side. Ready? Arms 1, and 2, 3, 4, balancing, 2, and 1, and 2. Now turning around to the other side, 1, and stretching, arms sideways, lower, and down, and 2. Okay, let's come into the center and learn the adagio all together. We'll start opening the leg front and a rond de jambe coming en face, and then one en l'air, not too high, and then lower down into the 4th. Brush the leg front and brush it back, and front and back, and then closing into the plie. Same thing to the other side. Croisé and en face, one en l'air, and then lower down, and brushing front and back, and front and back, and then closing 5th. Coming en face, fondu and développé second, passé and close, fondu and second, arms to the 5th. Turn around squarely through into the first arabesque, promenade around 2, 3, and 4, fondu and a pas de bourrée through the demi-plie, and then stretch, and then repeat it through onto the second side. Okay, let's have 2 groups now. Let's have the ladies first, please. Ready? Just go a little bit closer there, I know. Arms 1, and 2, and rond de jambe croisé, and 2, and 1, and 2, and brushing, and changing, and 1, and 2, good, 1, and 2, and 1, and 1, and 1, and 1, 2. That's very good for the change of weight there on fast. Fondu, out, and passé, lifting the foot, good, and 1, both arms, step, and 1, turning around to the arabesque. Now really square there, 1, and 2, and 3, stay there, fondu. Now pas de bourrée with the arms down, pas de bourrée with the arms down, and on other side, and 1, front, 1, and 2, and 1, and to find the balance each time, very good, and 1, very nice. So we phrase that, 1, and 2, and round, and changing, and 1, and changing, 1, and 2, and coming on fast, spreading the foot against the floor, and passing, and down, and 1, and sideways, arms 5th, turn arabesque, promenade 1, around, and 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2. Now rise and balance with the arms in the 5th, rise up. Now very soft, ladies, relax into it. Arms sideways, lower down, demi-plie, stretch, and 2. Okay, very good. Let's have the gentleman now. Gentlemen, a slightly different quality there. So the ladies, a little bit stronger, a little bit clearer with the lines. Ready? Arms forward, 1, and 2, and front, and front, arms down, and 2, and brushing, and change, 1, and closing, very good, 1, and 1, and 1, and 2, and 1, and 1. Now coming on fast, fondu, and 1, one arm, passé, and down, and fondu, both arms 5th now. Now turning slowly around, Now use the supporting side. This is all to tune into the balance, to feel that working leg. And 2, and 1, and 1, and 1, and changing, and down, and round, and 1, good, on fast, 1 down, now the left arm, 2, and 1, passing, and changing, and out, and 1, turning right, good, and 1, round, plie, and 1, vertebrae under, now rise and balance, and 2, really use the floor, so you feel the power of the legs against the floor, arms sideways, lower, change down to the 5th. Okay, good. Let's come into the center now and learn the center practice. We'll start from 5th, croisé. Tendu on 1, tendu on 2, tendu on 3, tendu on 4. Change into the effacé. 1, 2, 3, relevé 1, pas de bourrée. Tendu on 1, tendu on 2, and 3, and to the plié, and then 1, 2, 3, and 1, pas de bourrée. Tendu in, and in, and in, and in, and in through the 5th on 1, pas de bourrée, tendu in and in. Okay, let's have the ladies first. Ready? Arms 1, and 2, 3, and 4. Pull. On effacé. Relevé and up, down. Pull. Really feel the feet each time. Pull. Let's have the gentleman, okay, and the gentleman. Same thing, really feel that 5th each time so you don't skip through the positions there. Very important that we establish the positions. Again, it feels a little bit quick, but it really isn't. It's just that we're a little bit slow. Arms 1, and 2, 3, and 4. Very good. Let's come back now and learn a center practice, a moving one this time. We'll start from 5th and take a coupé and a relevé, very similar to the adagio that we've just done. Not too high with the leg, relevé up, and then lower back into the 4. A balancé forward and a balancé back. And a piqué onto the leg, and a piqué onto the leg, a tombé, and a pas de bourrée that goes to the coupé. A rond de jambe around, and then lower back, very much down and under and back, and a piqué, change, tombé, pas de bourrée under. Ladies, when we do the piqué, after we've done the rond de jambe, balancé forward and back, we're going out with the arms, and out with the arms, and 1 pas de bourrée. Gentlemen, we just leave the arms there, okay? Ladies, we get a little bit more decorative with the arms. Okay. Let's start now from 5th, and off we go. Arms 1, and 2, 3, and 4, up and down. gentlemen, same thing. Now make the releve a little bit stronger on the balancé, and then just hold the arms in the position there so you're very conscious of the line on the piqués there. Ready? Arms 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. Okay, right. Let's go into the pirouette section now. And we take a chassé, pas de bourrée, fourth, a pirouette, lower down, and a tendu, and fourth, an en dedans, pirouette, and chassé, pas de bourrée, pirouette, lower down, change onto the back leg, and down, and pirouette, and down. I think we have a nice tango for this, Doug. And 2, and a pirouette, and down. And a changing the arm, and a spotting to the front. And a 1, pas de bourrée, pirouette, lower down, same arm as the leg, and spotting to the front. So the arm from here, as we step back, it really does a rond de jambe. It goes right out, down, under and forward, coming right into the balance, and lower down into the fifth there, okay? I think we'll just stick to the double pirouettes each time, only 2. Ready? Arms 1, and 2, 3, and on, 4, and on, 4, go. Gentlemen now. Ready? Arms 1. Now let's start back here, and we'll do another pirouette, and we'll take a waltz forward and back, and a piqué turn, a tombé, pas de bourrée under, pirouette, lower down. Waltz forward, back, a piqué turn, en dedans, and a tombé, pas de bourrée under to the fourth, en dehors and down. Let both arms go down and out, so they're very long, and then down, and then under and in. Using the head, make sure that you really come around in that line. Don't let the head go this way so it drops onto one side. Very up through the top of the head. 2 piqué turns, tombé, pas de bourrée under, pirouette, and down. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, tombé, pas de bourrée under, pirouette, en dehors, and then lower down. Okay? Right, let's start with the ladies now, and then we'll go straight through with the gentlemen there. Okay, spread out now. That's it. Arms 1, and 2. Now very soft, ladies, and balancez. Tombe up, down, and on. One cell. let's come into the center now and get into the allegro sections, okay? We'll start from fifth position with the right foot in front and take changement on 1, and again 2, and again 3, and again on 4. A glissade, assemblée, and a pas de chat, and a pas de chat. Change on 1, 2, 3, 4, glissade, assemblée, and pas de chat, and pas de chat. Change 1, change 2, change 3, change 4. Glissade, 2, picking the leg right up and over, right up and over. Change on 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Glissade, assemblée, and pas de chat, and pas de chat. Let's have two groups now, the ladies first. Ready? Right foot in front now. Arms 1, 2, 3, change. 1, glissade, 2, pas de chat. Again, 1, 4, glissade, pas de chat, pas de chat. Okay, good. Gentlemen, the same thing. Just a little slower, a little bit higher on the pas de chats. Ready? Arms 1, 3, 4, and 1, and 2, glissade, Okay, very good. Let's learn the second little combination, which is rather short. Glissade, assemblée, si sewn under with the back leg, si sewn over with the back leg. Glissade, assemblée, si sewn under with the back leg, si sewn over with the back leg. Glissade, assemblée, si sewn, glissade, assemblée, si sewn, si sewn. We really have to come down and feel the line as we extend there. The arms are going to come down. We're going to lift up, turn around the spine and lower down. Lift up, turn around the spine and lower down. And 1 and 2, changing, and then changing there. Okay, let's have the ladies first, and then the gentlemen second. Glissade. Slide assemblée, left foot in front, and the 2 si sewns, you're going towards the back leg, okay? Left foot in front. Ready? Arms 1, and 2, 3, 4, and 1. Once again, ladies. Very nice. Gentlemen, the same amount of time there, so we take it through the same phrase. Just a little slower, a little bit more of a rebound, but keep in the rhythm all the time so we don't tense at the top of the movement there. Ready? Arms 1, 2, 3. Very good. Now, let's start from 5th with the right foot in front, and we'll take an entrechat quatre and an entrechat quatre, a si sewn over with the back leg this time, and a si sewn over with the back leg, échappé second, pas de bourrée under, a jeté derrière, and assemblée over. To the front, back leg comes to the front, back leg comes to the front. Échappé second, pas de bourrée under, link the jeté to the assemblée. Let's do that once again now. One of the important things when you're learning the steps is to try and feel as much as possible the reaction of the body weight. So the secret really isn't what the arms and legs are doing. The secret is where the body weight is that produces the step. So that's what we have to think about. You know, it's like it's very difficult to walk if we don't change our weight. We can struggle forward with the leg as much as we like, but we actually can't manage anything. So what do we have here? We're here and we're here. We push up and we change to there. We push up, we change to there, we join that to that. This is a linking step that goes to one leg. Now we can't stay on one leg very long. We always have to get from that one leg to two legs as fast as we can. To the front, changing in and changing in, rebounding here and connecting to there, connecting there, connecting into the fifth. So the whole thing really is about connecting the movements together. Okay, ladies, let's tackle the cause. 1, 2, 3. And 1. Échappé, jeté, assemblé. Second group now. 4. Échappé, jeté, assemblé. Success there. Very good. Okay. Now, let's do the next combination, and the next combination will be something for the ladies and something separate for the gentlemen. We'll take a failli and a saut de chat and a balancé back and a temps levé. A failli, a saut de chat, a balancé back, a temps levé. A failli, saut de chat, balancé back, temps levé, failli, saut de chat, balancé back, and temps levé. So really the step finishes in the air. Of course, we have to come down to start again, but we finish right at the top, and then we just run off over there. Okay, gentlemen, we're going to take a temps levé arabesque, a temps levé to the back of the knee, and a saut de basque. Now, saut de basque is not a difficult movement to do. It's all it is a jeté en tournant. It's a plain jeté devant en tournant, and then a temps levé into that line. It's got a lot of rebound in it. A temps levé, arabesque, a temps levé to the back of the knee, and a saut de basque, and a temps levé. So it's got instant lift. Up and a saut de basque, temps levé, up and a saut de basque, temps levé, up and up. Okay? Single saut de basque there. And as I said, all it is really is a brush turning around with the leg coming through to the front. So it's a jeté en tournant devant, really. That's all the step is. Ladies first now. I think let's go two at a time. Okay, do it once each side and then have the second two, and then boys into two groups as well. Two and then the three. Ready? Off we go. Arms 1, 2, 3, 4, and a Let's come back into the center now. We'll start from fifth and take a grand plié on 1, 2, 3, and 4. Using the left leg, a rond de jambe, stepping over changing through and closing fifth. A grand plie, 2, 3, and 4, a rond de jambe, changing over, closing into the fifth. We take 16 little changements to finish, rise up and balance, and then opening the arms to the side. So it's a grand plie, 2, 3, and 4, very stretchy and very long, and opening out and then closing into the fifth, opening the leg into the second. Okay, just let it spread out now. Very good. Yumi, come forward there. That's right. Ready? Arms 1 and second, and grand plie 1 and 2, 3. Now using the left leg, rond de jambe, changing and extending, closing, and 1, grand plie, and down, and 1. Other side, rond de jambe 1. And changing, 1, closing fifth, and sautés 1, and 2, and 3, 4, 4, and 2, and rise up, and balance, and 1, and 2, lower, and down, 2. Okay. I'd like to thank these lovely dancers. Very, very nice. Thank you very much. And I'd like to thank Mr. Douglas Corbin at the piano for a wonderful show. And we hope that you'll join us again in the future for our next class. Thank you very much. Thank you. Good.